Did you catch Trump on CNBC yesterday saying he'd cut Medicare and Social Security? Listen to this guy.
There is a lot you can do in terms of entitlements, in terms of cutting, and in terms of also the theft and the bad management of entitlements, tremendous bad management of entitlements.
Now, look, I know Trump going on CNBC and saying stuff like that is not going to get the same level of headlines as, him picking a fight with Jimmy Kimmel at the Oscars or saying really inflammatory stuff about immigrants. And those things are really important and they deserve the headlines and the coverage that they get. But this is a really big deal too. Medicare and Social Security for decades have been like the bedrock foundation of our federal government's social safety net. They're literally lifesavers for millions of senior citizens. Something like 65 million senior citizens total are enrolled across both programs. And what's also interesting and really worrying is the fact that part of why Trump won in 2016 is because he distanced himself from Medicare and Social Security cuts that many other GOP elites and Republican primary opponents were advocating for at the time. So the fact that he's now 8 years later putting cuts to those programs on the table is really scary. It's a sign that he does not plan to govern with the working class in mind. He sets himself out to be this populist leader who's willing to say the things that aren't PC but need to be said, etc. But behind the scenes, he's going to advance an agenda that guts programs that are a safety net for millions and millions of those working people, many of them in his base. Whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, maybe you're undecided in this election, but we should all be able to agree that cuts to these foundational programs should be off the table for both candidates. Do you have a loved one? Do you have a grandmother or grandfather who's worked their whole life and paid into Social Security and Medicare with their taxes and are now able to reap the benefits of that hard work and labor and time spent? If so, share this video with them. Let's send a clear message to Donald Trump that cuts to Medicare and Social Security are not on the table in 2024.